Ladies and gentlemen, hello the internet. My name is John. I'm joined by Sean, my good friend, the functioning Elizar. He is here today. We are those video guys for the second time of asking, and we have got an all-British week today. We are going to be looking at some great web series. Yeah. We've got a YouTube channel, plus the top 5 British comedians. A bit of a twist on the Ripleys. It's an all-British week. Yeah. It's your show as much as ours. Be sure to tweet us at those video guys. We've got a glamorous assistant who's checking the tweets today. And
thank you very much.
How dare you? And also, we've got the chat room to the side of the screens as well, so be sure to leave a little message there. Guys, we are going to look at a web series first called Self-Centered. You can find it at selfcenteredseries.co.uk. And don't forget, as always, we will tweet and put up the links to all the shows we watch tonight on our website and on
you
our
can also
page.
have a chat with us in the chat rooms.
The chat room is live right now.
Yes,
Elizar, will you be a sport and play the clip, please? Well, that is a trailer for the series Self-Centered. It's about a promising young actress who basically wakes up in what she believes is a hospital, but turns out to be a kind of futuristic rehab clinic. Elizar?
Indeed, yes. She's an actress who's very troubled, alcoholic, always in the gossip magazines, and you see that her life as it is then, but then it's intercut with her in this strange futuristic clinic, which you don't actually know too much about, kind of surreal, but somehow she's connected to these big events that have been happening in the world. Yes, it's 6 episodes, and Kellie Shirley, who plays the actress,
used to be in Eastenders.
She's a well-known actress. That's the amazing thing. She is genuinely a well-known actress.
In the UK, she was one in the #1 soap opera in the UK.
Well, #2 really. I'm a Coronation Street man myself.
Let's say it's the #1.
We can say it's the #1, and that's fine. That's fine.
We can say it's the #1, and we know it's the #1.
But yes, no, this is great, and for a web series, obviously, to get quite a well-known soap star in a show. It's obviously, for British web series, it's going to help focus on attention.
I was kind of excited because so much of the stuff we've been watching, each week we'd see the new drama shows that would be airing across YouTube and the internet and streaming and everything. And it always used to get me, everything just seemed to be coming out of Los Angeles. And it just seemed to me, I was just thinking, I thought the internet would free this creative spurt from all over the world. So it was great to see something, as we're covering British stuff this week, it was great to see something that was so professionally done and so well done and interesting.
And she's a very good actress.
Homegrown, yes.
And really, this entire series all hangs on her performance. Really on her. It's her performance and her, her in the past, where she's suffering all these problems with alcoholism, and then her in the future, where she's basically been taken out of her comfort zone and in this very strange place. Which in season 2, this is something they're going to explore more. Is actually what is this clinic? Where actually is she? Why is she here?
Well, Elizar, season 2 is something we should probably talk a little bit about because they're currently in the process of trying to raise funding for the series, and it's basically down to you, the viewer, as to whether or not the show actually continues because it's entirely self-funded. They're sort of doing it off their own back with pretty much their own money, I think, and basically they're trying to.
That's quite a lot of the internet shows.
Well, absolutely, yeah, but so that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get some money, and you can donate and score yourself executive producer credit on IMDb if you pay enough money.
And again, this is an example of a well-crafted web series where it's only really the cast is 2 people. It's her and the doctor. And 3, sorry, and her friend, her agent in the past. Very manageable. It's 1 flat and and then her room in the hospital.
Yeah,
and that's it. And it's about 4 or 5 minutes of an episode, I think.
Yeah, very short, just 6 episodes in the series as well. It's a nice, compact series. Guys, I think it's that time of the evening.
Give it some clinks.
We're going to cheer it. It's not. We don't call it a clink. We call it a cheer. Brad gets a bit upset if you do that. So, 3 cheers to Self-Centered the Series at selfcenteredseries.co.uk. And again, don't forget we will tweet and retweet those links later. And don't forget you can tweet us right now at Those Video Guys. Be sure to follow us each individually and collectively on Twitter. And Elizar, there's many more ways that you can get in touch with us as well. We are on Twitter at Those Video Guys, on Facebook.com/Those Video Guys, and on YouTube.com/Those Video Guys TV. So be sure to check out all those links on the bottom of your screen right now. Up next, we are going to be looking at another web series called Blood and Bone China. Elizar, you've got a clip of that, have you?
It's the trailer, yes.
Let's check out the trailer. Okay, well that was Blood and Bone China. You can find it at youtube.com/Blood and Bone China, and that was actually launched last week in as part of a film festival in its home city of Stoke.
Indeed.
Also the home of Kendo Nagasaki, and that was that took place.
British wrestler.
Absolutely, indeed. Often imitated, never duplicated. That was in front of 300 people. So 300 people saw the debut of that, and it launched on YouTube this past Sunday.
It's been doing very well.
Doing very well indeed for a web series. Be sure to check it out.
But then again, of course, it's it's going to be popular. It's got everything that you want.
It's got vampires.
It's got everything that you want, Elizar.
That's the stuff. That's gothic, vampires, Victoriana, all that kind of stuff. It sells, especially to people who watch stuff on the internet. It's really well done. It's a type of thing.
And how many web series with considering the budgets that they're made for, can do a period series. Actually, I think this must be really like the first period one we've come across. I think it may be.
It might be. I mean, last week, last week we saw the first sort of woman drama aimed at exclusively women. This is probably the first period drama that we've come across. So it's great. I mean, it's constantly expanding.
Vampires is a very popular subject amongst web series. There are quite a few
amongst web series that you like. I've noticed, but that's.
But this is the first one I've come across as British.
Always in vogue.
And of course, with being British and vampires, you can't help but just think of Hammer. Yeah. Especially Victorian set.
I mean, when we were talking earlier on the phone, we were saying about this is like the perfect example of something that 10 years ago this would have been a direct-to-DVD film or a low-budget film or something like that, and now we're being able to see it on YouTube. But as a result of that, it's able to find a much larger audience.
We're actually very lucky. We've got, I think, one of the creators of Blood Bone China in the chat room who said it's based on a real vampire case and was made for a very tight budget indeed. So all the more.
Most YouTube shows are there.
Well, indeed, but they don't all look like like that, do they?
I mean, I one thing I didn't particularly like was the theme tune and the music, because the heavy rock doesn't somehow work with period.
Okay.
And it's sort of. It's like it started off very sort of and then ended with I just thought maybe something more classical would have fitted it more.
Maybe, but that's a bit of a cliche in itself, isn't it? I quite enjoyed the rock music. But then
horror fans like rock music, and so yes, people will like the music.
We're doing something a bit different. Oh, the band are here as well.
The band are here.
The band are in the chat room. Well, thanks for that, Ellis. As I was saying, I very much enjoyed the music. If anything, it was amongst the best music I've ever heard of any music. Hello, band, and thank you very much for that.
He's looking for a gig. We've had some tweets come in.
Yeah.
Have we? We've had some tweets about Blood Bone China?
Yep. Great production value and visuals. Very British in that good British way.
Oh, absolutely. Another one is there. Let's check that out.
Emma Wiz says it's brilliant, great scenes, brill soundtrack and characters, loving the
cliffhangers. Oh yeah, indeed, a reason to keep watching as well. And another person in favour of the music as well. So maybe you're outnumbered there, but I don't know.
Maybe
to each his own. Sean, you enjoyed the show.
Yes, I loved it. But I mean, as I said, it's vampires. It's a gothic period piece. It's got romance to it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got a big budget to it. It looks great.
I think the thing about there's been a lot of vampire web series. They are all very low budget, but this one looks more than it probably cost. And I think hopefully it's going to raise the bar.
Raise the bar, and with that, shall we raise some glasses?
Yes, indeed.
To Blood and Bone China. Check it out. 3 cheers for Blood and Bone China. And you can check it out, youtube.com/Blood and Bone China. And we do encourage you to subscribe and enjoy the video. How many parts are there, Pat? Do you have any idea? Roughly,
I think they're taking it to 8 for the first season.
8 for the first season, okay. So well worth checking
12,
out.
12.
12, there are 12.
Yeah.
I was right when I said
in the chat
12.
room, 12, yes.
I said 12 and I was only guessing, so I win.
But it's definitely something you want to worth check out.
Guys, don't forget you can tweet us as well. We've already had some tweets in. Tweet us at those video guys and follow us all on Twitter. And you've got the chat room there as well. We are very lucky to have a couple of members of the creative team for Blood and Bone China. I'm sure there's a few other interesting folks in the chat room, so stay and have a chat with them. We'll of course hang around for a while in the chat room after the show as well. But guys, up now, it is my favourite part of the show, the Bitly's top 5 Believe It or Not videos. But with a twist, this week we are looking at the top 5 new British YouTube comedians. So something a little bit different here. And Elizar, can we have a look at number 5?
Number 5 is Tom Scar, who's a comedian and an animator. Very popular guy with over 190,000 subscribers.
Bloody hell.
Hey man, look at my new dog. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Aw, there's no dog there. Ooh.
That's a short. Yeah, it's a short taster.
It's a taster.
Yes.
It's a taster. It's a taster. What does ASDF movie actually mean?
I actually don't know what it stands for.
That's,
it's a bit of a mystery.
I'm assuming it's something to do with the layout of the keyboard, and maybe they're very basic. I mean, very basic of animation style.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I think that's their third out of. They've done a whole series of these, and but he does also live action comedy, and sometimes mixes his comedy with animation and live action. There was one on his channel about, it was like a banned advert for a university where Godzilla basically destroys a university.
And I always think that one of the great things about YouTube and the internet, when you've got something like a stand-up comedian doing those type of things, is when you can mix animation and you can do kinds of things that you couldn't do in a real stand-up.
Yeah.
It's really taking advantage of the medium.
Absolutely, certainly is. Well, that's number 5, Tom Scar. Check him out, youtube.com/Tom Scar. B190,001 if you subscribe to him now. Alex J is at number 4 with the Nerd Rap. Elizar, just show about 1 second of this.
The character's name is Drew. First my name is Drew, but I'm smart and yes I know. We're gonna die for over 2. I can slay any creature, including level 60.
Badly lit, badly shot, not very funny. Number 3.
Well, no, hold on a second.
Bad.
I disagree with you, John.
Okay, well go ahead. You're all entitled to your opinion.
Nerd rap is something that is happening right now as a movement, and it is, it is rapping about Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I know nerd
Star
rap is a
Wars,
movement that's happening right now. I started it about 6 weeks ago when I did Vanilla Ice.
Well, I thought he looks great. He's got the looks for it. He does. Nerd rap is not the only thing he does on this channel.
It's not.
He is,
Alex J Show.
He does a lot
of
Alex J
channel.
Show.
Check it
Yeah.
out.
He does a lot of
funny
comedy.
sketches.
He's a funny guy.
Jokes.
I like his sort of tall, lanky, sort of slightly Asian-looking Stephen Merchant character. So, Alex J.
He gets a clink.
He gets a clink.
Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Well, that's 2 clinks.
Two out of 3.
2 out of 3. That's pretty much the lowest we've ever given anything. Number 3 on the Bitleys, Crab Sticks. A Colin Firth impression. Oh, this was... I thought.
Jerry Maguire. Show me the bloody money. When Harry met Sally. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. Gone with the Wind. Frankly, dear, I don't bloody give a damn. Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is don't bloody talk about bloody Fight Club. 300. This is bloody Sparta. Star Trek. Bloody...
YouTube.com/crabsticks. 2 people doing a Colin Firth impression.
I never thought...
Neither one quite managing it.
I'm going to get an Oscar, but it's the first time I think we'll see Colin Firth with an Army of Darkness poster behind him.
Indeed. It sounded more like Michael Caine to me, but I don't know.
There was Michael. It was quite a good impression, I thought. Colin Firth in different roles, doing You Shall Not Pass from Lord of the Rings, and
yeah, it was It's fine.
I thought he was
Nice.
he's a young up-and-coming comedian.
He's funny. He's funny.
Was it a nice party trick, or was it worth putting on YouTube?
In a 36-minute sketch, I thought it lost.
I don't think it was quite that long.
It just felt like it.
Okay, well that's fine anyway. Has he got anything else good on his channel? By the way, I didn't check it out. Crab Sticks.
Oh, he's sort of a mixture of comedy and vlog comedy.
Comedy and vlog comedy, the worst kind of comedy. Number 2 in the Bitleys, Ask Grim.
Scary.
YouTube.com/Rappin' with the Reaper with one or two familiar faces we may have come across a couple of weeks ago. What were they called?
Yes.
Tom Conkle, who was Professor Boheno in Invention with Brian Forbes.
Indeed. And shall we take a look at the clip?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are. Well, a skull. A little one, very tasteful. I won't tell you where.
Grim. Boxers or briefs?
Well, anatomically speaking, of course, I'm a bit like a Ken doll down there. So I go commando now, don't worry.
There was a short clip of Ask Grim, which is actually an ongoing series as well.
It's pretty funny.
It's a funny series. It's kind of silly, kind of stupid.
It reminded me a bit of Bill and Ted.
Yes.
It was not dissimilar to Bill and Ted. It's a great comparison. Like I said, we reviewed Tom Conkle. We know he's already a safe pair of hands in terms of British YouTube-based comedy. If you enjoyed the Professor Boheno inventions a couple of weeks back, you're sure to love these. Check it out, youtube.com/Rappin' with the Reaper. And again, we apologise for being cut off. Fear the Reaper. I certainly am afraid of him right now.
I know. I'm just
a spooky omen. Better,
Grim Reaper, please spare us.
And throw some salt over my shoulder as well, just in case. Just in case.
Or it's going to be the left shoulder.
Has it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's where the little devil sits.
Nonetheless, we are back. Don't fear the Reaper. Love the Reaper. We do love the Reaper. And while we were off air, actually, we had a message from the Blood and Bone China guys saying, would we, those video guys, like to appear as, was it vampires or zombies?
I think it was vampires to get
Vampire
staked.
zombies in the last episode. Now, last week, we were actually invited to appear as ourselves in Aiden 5.
No, a photo of it.
It's going to be on a start. Because obviously they draw the all the backgrounds in Aiden 5.
Yeah.
So we're going to be on a billboard.
Yeah. So that is going to happen, I believe. You sent them the photo this week, haven't you?
Yeah.
You have, haven't you, Alice?
Yes, John. Yes. You will be in Aiden 5.
Well, if we one step closer towards an SAG card for the pair of us, for the three of us, of course. And yeah, well, I can speak on behalf of all of us. We would love to do that. So email Elazar, and if I can get the day off school, I'll be happy to do that. Number 1 in the Bitleys top 5s. The unexpected. This is number 1, Elazar. The unexpected items, jobs for the gnomes. How is this?
I love working here. I'll go outside in the garden, come rain or shine, and I will just sit there, gnoming away. In my role here, essentially I pose with the instrument, but I'm not allowed to play it. There's a rule of no sax while you...
Jobs for the gnomes.
Yep.
Any thoughts, comments?
Well, people love gnomes.
Well, do they? Do they have gnomes in America?
They do.
They do.
They do.
Of course, David the Gnome. Of course, yeah.
Yes.
My mistake.
Unexpected Items are a comedy group, and they went pretty viral last year in the UK for a sketch they did called Gap Year, which we haven't shown because I'm not quite sure our US friends would understand the concept of a gap year, or the idea of gap year as upper class sort of twit, young university.
A Max Gogarty type.
Yes, and they go travelling the world to try and save children in Africa.
Yeah.
And so Jobs for the Gnomes is a mini series of sketches that they've done following that.
I see, and it shows gnomes in there, relaxing or getting ready for a tough day at work, and it's
as gnomes do.
As gnomes do.
Well,
as we imagine gnomes do.
Gnomes have to stand around a very long time
with that fishing rod.
With the fishing rod. Has there ever been a gnome with a ukulele? That's what I know. That guy had a saxophone, but wouldn't you just love to see a gnome with a uke? Sean, I'm literally asking you a question. You wouldn't like that.
You know what I think of ukes.
I do know what you think of them, yeah. We've had many a long, heated debate about them. But that's number 1 in the Bitleys, and they are a great channel, actually. They are... Do you know the address for that one?
It's youtube.com
Unexpected items. Yeah, okay. So there's a couple of gnome videos, a whole bunch of other crazy sketches. I watched one about some loan sharks who were chasing a guy for the princely sum of £4, and that was a good video. And there's some other great and original sketches on that. very well shot, nicely written, tightly edited, a deserving #1 in the Bitleys. So 3 cheers for the Bitleys. Hip hip, hooray! 1 cheer will be fine. Next is the Sexytime clip. Have we got time?
Sexytime clip. That's how
you always have time for a Sexytime clip.
Here we
go.
make
time.
This is the weather.
Hello, and here's the weather. As you can almost certainly see, there's a very large front hovering over California this evening, which will give rise to some wonderful...
We're back on air. Wow. Tell me about it. What is that? It's a joke. It's a comedy sketch.
Pippa is a British comedian. She's actually now residing in LA, and she's putting out sketches on YouTube.
And that was
as
one of the sketches.
Sex girls. So I'm sure
that's
she's going to get...
misleading title, I think.
I'm sure she's going to get lots of followers now.
But a lot of them are just sort of like feminist videos, aren't they? Or sort of comedy videos. Basically, if you go looking...
What a great way to get your feminist message across, then.
Just call yourself Live Sex Girls.
Yeah.
So maybe we should call ourselves Those Video Erotic Dance Troupe or something. Let's do it.
Maybe if you...
Elizar, knock up a graphic on Photoshop now. We'll do it. We will do it.
Maybe.
That's going to happen. This is the last episode of Those Video Guys. Next week, you'll be watching Those Video Erotic Dance Troupe, and I will lead the way of that.
But actually, we'll probably come back to Pippa and maybe showcase some of
We will.
We'll
have a, she's a comedy. She's genuinely a promising.
You know, this was a very
comedian.
last-minute addition, so we haven't had too much time.
But I know you were very taken by it, and we had to show it.
You know,
so,
it was a great clip, and but go to her web channel, youtube.com, The Live Sex Girls, and have a look for yourself.
We are now going to be looking at a new web series called Simon's Cat. YouTube.
New.
It's not new at all. I apologise.
It's new to him.
It's new to me. I only saw it this week. I'm getting all kinds of direction here. Wow.
I can't. Yeah. Well, I can't believe you hadn't come across Simon's Cat before, actually.
Really?
Because as far as the UK,
I have actually seen some of these videos, and they are very nice. They're
very popular. Everyone's always forwarding them on Facebook and things.
Yeah.
So okay, let's show a clip.
Not on my Facebook, they're not. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh no, because. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted before that clip, but we have a video girl in the room this evening, and she was just saying she's very taken by Simon's Cat, and indeed as we.
Can we put the camera on her?
I don't think we can, but Elizar and myself, and possibly you, Sean, we're all well-known cat lovers.
Oh, yes.
You are a cat lover, aren't you? Yeah, we're all cat people, and so is that video lady, Alex. Hello, Alex. She's here. She loves cats. She loves Simon's Cats. We all enjoyed Simon's Cat. Sean, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, you know, cats and animation, that's going to go well on YouTube. Had a bit of problem with some of the text at the bottom was completely whited out.
That was the website.
Right. That was that was
my attempt to put a website graphic over it, and of course putting white over white. I fail. But no, Simon's Cat. I mean, he's been doing. Simon's Cat has become a phenomenon. You know, there are books now. There's merchandise. He's doing advertising, and it's just very simple. It's just little stories of his cat.
They are little. I'll say I did enjoy that.
They're nice and short.
As I say every week, I always believe the best way to go if you're going to put something on the internet, you put it 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes long. As soon as you go over that, it's people's attention spans are going to go.
They begin to wane.
Yes.
But 45 seconds. And even I'm going to
every cat owner, any cat owner will watch Simon's Cat and actually think that is my cat.
Yeah,
there are it just captures the essence of being an owner of a cat so well, and that really we're just slaves to our little feline friends.
We certainly are. Did you like the one we just saw the clip of it with the guy getting all the tape, then it was stuck to his paw, then his other paw, then. And I said, "Did you enjoy that?"
Yes.
I got a little bit distressed at the cat there. I found that a little bit.
But the ones where Simon's Cat is always hungry and wanting food.
Oh yeah,
he's pointing to his mouth all the time.
Yeah. Well, anyone who's had a cat will be able to relate to that, and we very much enjoyed his channel. Where can we find it? youtube.com/SimonsCat.
Or simonscat.com as well.
It's got its own web series, indeed, with a full range of merchandise and paraphernalia. And books. Oh, books! A stocking filler for Christmas in about 11 months' time.
Simon's Cat.
No hesitation. Clinks all round. Cheers. Cheers. Oh yeah, not clinks. Can't say that. I forgot about that. Well, we've got our question time thing in a second, but I suppose we should just explain a little bit about this dude down here. I believe he was in... let me just... This is Peter Davison.
It is.
He was most famous for playing Tristan in All Creatures Great and Small.
That was his second most famous.
Second most famous. Of course, you're right. I apologise. He was also in The Last Detectives with Sean Hughes.
Campion.
And Campion. So explain what he's doing here. Who is he? What is he doing?
He's the Fifth Doctor, and this is our Doctor Who action figure of the week.
The Fifth Doctor, the Doctor Who action figure of the week.
Does he have his?
Do we have any of the
celery?
Do we have any of the Doctor Who fans in the chat room? Let's all have a cheers for Peter Davison, the Fifth Doctor.
Blood and Bone China. They have a TARDIS in their living room. That might explain why they got some of the props for the web series that they made there by travelling back in time. Does it have any movements? Can it pick stuff up or smash things?
You can bend his arm.
You can bend his arm. Okay, well that's good. When I was a kid, I had a Hulk Hogan doll that sort of did like a body slam kind of move. So I can relate to you guys. I can relate.
But you preferred action figures of more muscular kind of men?
Yes, I did. Shorts. Yes, I did. Hang on, that doesn't reflect well on me. Cool.
Well, I think for those who are watching, we've got this logo here saying YTV.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, there it is.
Right there. Hello, YTV. And good. It's been a bit surreal the last few days because you can't have helped them seeing newspapers and the news and frame grabs with this YTV logo right next to the face of Charlie Sheen.
Indeed, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a hit on our hands. Here at YTV, we have a new stablemate. Of course, we're all well aware of Down the Rabbit Hole with our own Duchess Rebecca.
Yeah,
we're all big fans of Fleischer's Universe.
Indeed,
it's a lot of fun. The guy who did the voice of Roger Rabbit in the hit movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's a lot of fun.
And DJ Matt Robertson every Monday night is
Global
doing
Soul.
Global Soul
Indeed.
TV.
It's a great channel. And of course, who can forget us, those video guys. But we've got one more show that's joined the network. It's just a little thing. You know, 1 or 2 people are watching it. It's called Sheen's Korner. Sheen's Korner.
You're either K.
Very clever. You're either with the trolls or you're in Sheen's Korner, and
he's winning.
He's winning.
He's winning.
He's winning. He's got a real can-do attitude, that guy.
Duchess Rebecca's joined us in the chat room.
Oh, thank you. Very nice to see you there, Rebecca. So I guess we should talk about it. You know, it's kind of exploded. In the last week we were chatting,
it's a bit of a game changer.
It's a game changer.
Really, I mean, he's the first celebrity who's come on the streaming internet, and is going to be interesting to see what happens after this. He's been fired off his show. He seems to be having a public meltdown, and so he can come on the internet and he can speak to his fans and
the important thing, he actually also, I mean, his publicity agent is also gone, so now he's talking directly, you know, with a camera in his home, directly to the world.
Yep.
Uncensored.
Indeed, and unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
And largely unedited as well, and that's caused 1 or 2 issues.
And of course, if he was going on a program to be interviewed, he'd have a host who would be trying to steer conversations in particular ways. But here he is, being able to come up with his own message, how he wants to say it.
Yeah. And within minutes, 1 million people were watching.
Indeed, and there has been no other Hollywood celebrity on that kind of level that's probably ever done this before.
So, let me ask you a question then.
Indeed.
Both of you guys.
Yeah.
Is this the end of TV as we know it?
No, it's just the next level. It's
it's the next level.
It's the next area of entertainment and media.
I see. Okay.
I mean, you can debate, whether he should be doing it, but if he wants to, that's his prerogative.
Yeah.
Indeed, the key words there, Sean. You said he seems to be having a breakdown. Does anyone think
I think that there's. I mean, when you consider he's just been fired off his show, 2.5 Men, for which he was getting 1.8 million a week. They're saying the contract he's just been fired from was worth another $58 million. Yet Hollywood pundits are saying the publicity he's generating for himself, provided he isn't genuinely having a breakdown, he's actually making himself more bankable. I mean, people want to see what he's going to do next.
They want someone to make Tiger Blood.
They do. They
do we have any comments in the chat room?
He's a good actor, but does anyone deserve that much?
Somebody's saying he's a good. Yeah, does he? Somebody says his crack dealer is really bummed out at the moment.
Who's that?
They're interesting videos. I can't help but wonder if they'll all vanish as soon as he gets a new contract or acting job, and he'll suddenly become normal again.
Well, they'll always be on the YTV channel, I guess.
He's all Charlie Sheen. He's been one of those actors. It's kind of like in England we kind of embrace these, and in Britain we embrace actors like we had Oliver Reed and
Tosh from The Bill. Yeah.
No, I'm more Richard Bird. You know, a lot of big name actors who would just basically go out and get hammered and trashed all the time and create.
But none of them stayed so thin.
But still give a good performance on the set. And in America, on the other hand, when you have an actor who goes a bit crazy, people seem kind of frightened.
Yeah, well, you've got to remember, there's minors. There's minors in that show.
I mean, appearing a bit crazy. I mean, the most recent video from last night, you know, he was there, he's got the glasses on, he was a completely different person.
Yeah.
You know, and that was him, you know, probably talking directly to the fans. And he's got a show that's basically on the internet. You know, yes, they got about 1 million at the time, but just that message went all over the world.
It
I mean, you're talking about, you know, millions and millions of news outlets, newspapers,
and there's people
internet,
all around the world
TV shows
who've never heard of him before. Who, you know, I think he is. I won't be surprised if there's a lot of thought in going into what he's doing.
I'm sure he knows exactly what he's doing, and I think anyone who's probably doubting that, probably they're listening to, you know, those messages in from newspapers who like to write crap. To be honest, you know, it's easier to knock someone than it is to praise them. But you know, the Hollywood Reporter, which is, you know, the trade for the industry, has been nothing but, I think, quite excited by this. And I think anyone who's working in the internet should be excited, because suddenly people who've never watched any kind of show or web TV or web series, suddenly are thinking, oh, I have to go to a website and watch something, and it's live, and I've got a direct access to it, and it's amazing.
Well, that's interesting, Aliza, because that brings up a question that I wanted to ask to you. I think that this has proved that Twitter is a great way of a famous person getting their work out there. This week we've got 6 extra viewers. So do you think it's actually going to have a genuine trickle-down knock-on effect to the likes of you or I, who do this for the love of YouTube videos?
Eventually, yes. It's not going to be an overnight effect, but I think there will be a long-term effect. This has kind of opened the floodgates, but it's going to be a gradual effect.
Well, Tina7252 says he isn't crazy, he's a genius, and I know certainly Charlie Sheen would agree with that comment. Whether or not the rest of us do, we will find out. Well, guys,
that said, though, if they need somebody to replace him on 2.5 Men, I'm available.
Yep, and indeed, I've got a few.
1.8 million an episode.
I'll do it 1.7. I'll do it 1.7
I will do all the crack and hookers that are required of the role for 1.8 million.
Well, I've still got 2 weeks of annual leave left before the end of the month, so I'm ready to work immediately.
I mean, it's interesting that a lot of the YouTubers started out in this kind of fashion and put a webcam.
But but they didn't, Aliza. This is the thing. He's starting from a position way above.
I'm talking about the actual what he delivered on the internet as a show with a camera, talking directly to camera, and that's how YouTubers started. So, as far as hey, he's taken a product that cost nothing to make. You know how much they actually spent on the production of Sheen's Korner?
Tell me.
They actually spent $425 to buy a teleprompter for the final episode.
And it's all up there on the screen. It's all up there on the screen, that's what I'm saying. Well, guys, as a way of getting some of the Sheen viewers to at least check us out, we have very, very generously been given an exclusive clip of Sheen's Korner. You won't find it on his Ustream channel. It's been deleted from his YouTube page.
This was the opening of the show from last night, which has been deleted since.
So the only place you will find this clip on the internet is on the Ustream archive of this show.
Of those video guys, because if you're watching this on YouTube, this has been cut out right now.
So go to our Ustream page And have seriously, go and check it out.
It's cut out, so the next thing you'll see will just basically us jump cutting, and it's like we've just watched it.
It's like Charlie Sheen has received a cool waking,
but
and
we
it's
are
edited to the
we
next
are
shot.
a review show. We believe that as a review show, we can legitimately show clips in the context of fair usage as a discussion point. So we're going to. I hope this clip will work. It's in a slightly different format than all our other clips. We haven't tested it because literally it came in our email
minutes before the show. Genuinely, that's why our computer crashed at like 7:52.
Minutes before.
Let's have a look, Alizar. Enough. I'm none the wiser after that. My favourite bit was when Jack Nicholson said, "You can't handle the truth." But was he even in that film, Charlie Sheen? He wasn't.
No, he wasn't. But I like the bit where you had the heads of the producers and creators of 2.5 Men coming up.
There you go.
Do we have some comments on that in the chat room?
Well, people are just digesting it now. I think.
Quite a lot.
Funny, says Glock kicks dogs. And any other comments up there, Sean? Can you see that?
Apparently, there's a new market in hooker babysitters.
He did help. Sheen helped that. Well, I think people enjoyed it. Well, anyway, that was basically
a lot of people saying winning.
Never gets old. Charlie Sheen put that together himself.
Like winning and tiger blood. Those are like two phrases which, within the space of a couple of days, have entered into common usage around the world.
Well, Duchess Rebecca says, "Hey, thanks to Charlie, my last show, that's Duchess Rebecca's last show, has had over 7,000 extra viewers."
Bloody hell!
So
I think it was quite 6.
We've got 6 extra viewers. And hello, Brett and Dave and Tom there. Thank you. Yeah. But I'm sure the archives will exponentially increase.
Indeed, and maybe we can try and suggest.
Perhaps we could get him on the show. I know you're trying to say, come on, Alizar, say it if that's what you want. We'll get him on the show next week, live in your living room.
Perhaps
he's not doing anything. He's been sacked from 2.4 children. He'll be here. He'll be here.
What's the show? It's on My Two Dads.
Something like that. I don't know, but we'll get him on the show. Fly over. What's he doing? Nothing.
It would be great. And
what's he doing? Probably about 5 or 6 hookers just right now.
Who knows? He's a very thin man, though, so I do worry about him. He needs feeding up.
He does. Maybe.
Coke's the best diet product there is on.
I know. I genuinely need to start. No, I don't. So I cannot go down that road there.
But you know what? It was an exciting last few days. I think.
Yeah.
For anyone who's working in web television,
except if your name was Denise Richards.
Why? What's the scoop there? What's the goss?
Oh, it's ex-wife.
I see.
He's got 2 ex-wives, hasn't he?
Yes.
But like I said, it's I think it was an exciting moment for the last few days because suddenly there was all this focus on Ustream.
Yeah.
On us stream. We were there first. We were the first guys on the YTV, and we hope they don't forget us when it all goes big. When everyone starts cashing in on this cash cow. And we were there first. Remember.
You have to then maybe ask is, did YouTube miss a boat by not having live streaming like Ustream does?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That
said.
YouTube has always been the god of web TV and of internet shows, but this one they couldn't do because they don't offer live streaming.
It's a good question. That said, though, there were some criticisms of the show saying the production qualities, Ustream interface wasn't all that. Maybe YouTube are waiting to get it right, and when they unroll their launching their streaming video, perhaps they'll have a great interface and great content as well. I don't know. I don't work for YouTube. We'll find out. Guys, we have pretty much run out of time. Any last comments from the chat room? Anything on Twitter? Anything we want to add?
Let's have a look on Twitter. Anything, Sean?
Just people just talking about Charlie Sheen here.
Yeah.
The pretty much general consensus seems to be he knows exactly what he's up to.
Yeah, I can believe that, but I think we'll find out. My personal theory is that as soon as he gets another acting gig, he'll suddenly become normal again.
Tats2Crazy has tweeted in saying, "Great show today." There you
Thank
go,
you so much.
You've got a new fan,
and hopefully a new follower as well. We'll find out.
And Tina7252 has tweeted, "You guys are looking great right now."
Thank you so much, Tina.
Wow, a lot of praise. That's
and a lot of lovely ladies as well. I think this change in jacket might have done me a lot of favours. Sean, maybe you can keep that one.
Where's the bow tie?
Yes, where's the bow tie tonight?
I know. Sorry about that. I didn't think it went with the t-shirt, but who knows? Next week we might have the bow tie again. Guys, I think that is pretty much what we have got time for. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure, Elazar, put up the graphics one more time. Be sure to, please, thank you. Be sure to check us out.
Twitter,
tweet
Facebook,
us at Those Video Guys. Facebook.com/Those Video Guys and YouTube.com/Those Video Guys TV. And also check out YouTube.com/TheYTV, where all of the Sheen Corners clips, Sheen's Corner clips will be put up. You're either with the Trolls or you're in Sheen's Corner. Guys,
and tomorrow,
Trolls or Corner.
And tomorrow is Duchess Rebecca's show.
Yeah, there's a lot of other great content on the YTV. Be sure to check it out. Guys, are you with the Trolls or are you in Sheen's Corner?
I'm in Sheen's Corner.
I'm in Sheen's Corner, I think.
Yeah. You've got my tiger blood and my machete.
Cool. Well, I think all that's left to say is we are winning, and we are Those Video Guys. We will be back next week, right here. Same time, same place. Goodbye.